add them all together.
Yes.
And then plus x equals
2 x's. Yes, good. So 75 plus 80 plus 74 plus 56 plus 96 plus twice x.
Combine them, I guess.
That's not the average. If I don't have a division, and if I don't have a number in the denominator, that's not the average.
Would that be 6?
1,
There's no
2,
six
3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It counts as 2 tests. Is that clear why this is 7? Yes, everybody?
Yep.
Perfect. So now can anyone identify the sum here? Can anyone give us the sum at the top? Of course, without 2x, because you cannot give a... Yes, what is it?
So because it's 7 different numbers, it would divide by 7?
So if you remember when we talked about the average, that was some time ago, when we talk about the average, we said the average of 3 numbers is the sum divided by 3. The average of 6 numbers is the sum divided by 6. That's the definition of the average. So we had similar problems in the past. So the answer is yes. So the average by definition is the sum of the numbers divided by how many they are. Good? Can anyone give us the sum? Does anyone have this?
381.
I'm sorry?
381.
381 plus 2x over 7 equals 80. Good. How do we address this? What is our next step? What did we do last time? Anybody remembers?
Move the 381 over to the other side. And
We have not cleaned it up. We do not like fractions, although we are no longer afraid of them. And we don't like decimal numbers, although we're not afraid of them. I cannot get in here before I remove this.
multiply by 7.
We have to multiply both sides by 7. Very good. So 381 plus 2x. Good. What is the next step now?
Move the 381.
Absolutely, yes. 2x equals 560 minus 381. So I got 9 and 7 and I think 1.
Divide by 2.
Very good. Now we divide by 2. So what do I get? I get 8. I get 9.5. Now, is this true? I don't know. I'm going to have to go back and check. Very easy. Especially on a test situation. So we had 75. 75 plus 80 plus 74 plus 56 plus 96 plus 2 times 89.5, I already have it, is 179. When I divide the whole thing now by 6, if I do not get 80, then I know that my 89.5 is incorrect. I have to go back to the drawing board. So it is incorrect. So let me calculate this one more time. 80, 874, 56.
59.
I'm sorry? Oh, it was, I wrote
59.
56. Oh, it was 59. Sorry. Yes, you're right. It's 59 up here. So that's why. Okay. Plus 179. Good. Now when I divide by 6, if I don't get 80, then I know something is...
You put a parentheses, but you didn't put a parentheses on this side.
I clicked on it, but it didn't take it. Yeah, sometimes. Yep. Good. Third time is a charm. No, something is still off. So,
Divide by 7, I believe.
oh yes, I divided by 6. Okay. Absolutely. Okay. It's still something it doesn't like. So let me try again. So 75 plus 80.
It should be 384 when you add them all up.
Yeah, so that's why I wanted to check the 381. Yes, that's exactly what I was going to check. Good. So now let's check from the beginning. That's okay. So, 74 plus 59 and plus 96. Yes. So that's where we have to correct. Very good. No worries. So 384. So this is 384. So this is 384. So we have 6, right? And 7 and 1. Okay. So it's 6 here. Good. And when we divide, we have indeed. So this is 88. No worries. Good. That's why we check. Mistakes occur. That's why we check. Okay, now we check again. So 75 plus 8 plus 74 plus 59 plus 96 plus, again, 176. I'm going to write it as 88 times 2, just to make sure. Good. And now when I divide by 7, if I do not get 80, then I know something is terribly wrong and I have to go back. Okay, good. Let's see if there is anything else. A rectangular swimming pool. How to find the size of the cover needed. Okay, so it's an area. Okay, the same thing. Yep, the same thing. Yes. You will let me know next time. If you find anything else, you should always do the work between now and Tuesday and mark down whatever. Yeah, so let's look at something like this. So when the two lines intersect, the opposite angles are called vertical angles, and they have the same measure. So this line is a straight line, this line is a straight line. These two angles have the same measure. Determine the measure of the vertical angles indicated in the figure. So what are you going to write, to determine the measure? Can anyone just give us the equation that we have to write for this? Just the equation. I will write it and we'll move on. Anybody? The two measures are equal. What equation would you write?
4x plus 28 equals 7x plus 7.
Very good. That's all. And from there you find x. And then once you find x, then you find the measure of those two. Very good. Yes, so I think we should look at one more of these problems. Okay. Either this or this. It's up to you. And let's move on. In a triangle, the second angle, so we have, we had a problem like this. Let's do one more. So I label the angles, first angle, second angle, third angle. So now let's read on. Well, actually, before we read on, can anyone give us the first equation without even knowing what else will follow? Can anyone give us the first equation here? Anyone, please? The first equation? Anybody, please? The first equation here
A plus B plus C,
equals?
180.
Excellent. That's the first equation. Now we can read on. The second angle measures 5 times the first. The second angle measures 5 times the first. Can anyone give us an equation for this? The second angle measures 5 times the first.
A5 plus B plus C.
One more time. The second angle.
B.
B. Good. Measures 5 times the first.
B equals
Yes?
What?
5.
5x.
This is A, this is B, this is C. The second angle measures 5 times the first.
5 times A.
5a.
Very good. Moving on. Excellent. The second sentence now. The measure of the third angle is 158 degrees more than the second. The measure of the third angle
D equals
of the third angle. Maybe you said C, but I heard B for some reason. I'm sorry.
I said C.
Oh, you said C. I didn't hear it correctly. So the measure of the third angle, yes, is 158 more than the second.
Plus A or plus B.
Yes, 158 plus the second. Good. So the second angle measures 5 times the first. That's clear. The measure of the third angle is 158 degrees more than the measure of the second. Okay, find all three. Good. So this is a little bit different than what we looked at. Why? So A is A. I don't have any information about A. B is nice because I will replace it by 5A. No problem. But C is 158 plus B, but B has to be replaced by 5A in here. So that's my first step. I have to rewrite C. So C equals 158 plus 5A. This is what we need to plug in C. Why? Because I need all of them. I need the equation to change into an equation with one variable. That's the only one I can solve. So A stays. B gets replaced by 5A. And C gets replaced by 158 plus 5A, because B is 5A. So 158 plus 5A equals 180. Good. What is the next step now towards solving this equation? What is the next step towards solving this equation, please?
Just combine my terms.
Yes, of course, of course, of course. 5 plus 5 plus 1. What is the next step, please? Anybody, please?
Track 158 both sides.
Very good. Move it to the other side. 11A equals 180 minus 158 is, I got 22. Is that correct?
Yep.
Good. Can anyone give us measure of angle A?
2.
2 degrees. Excellent. If I have the measure of A, let's look at the measure of B. Let's determine B. B is 5 times A. What is that? Five times A.
5 times 2.
Very good. 10 degrees. Perfect. Now let's see C. C equals 158 plus B, which is 10. So then C equals 168 degrees. Will they add up to 180? Yes, they do. They do. 168 plus 2 is 170 plus 10 is 180. So I checked. That is correct. Please remember we had a lot of examples. Please and go back to review the notes with the videos, please. We had a lot of examples on how to translate from English to math. This is very important because without understanding how to translate, we will not be able to solve. Good. Any questions on this or anything else? Anybody? Any questions? Please remember to stop me anytime, please. Good. So we're moving on to 3.4. In 3.4, we're going to talk about percent and how to change from percent to decimal number and vice versa, and to fractions. So percent, fractions, decimal numbers. Okay, so that's basically what we're going to do for the next few minutes. How to change from fractions to decimal numbers, we know. How to change from decimal numbers to fractions, we know. But now we are introducing something else, which is percent. So what does percent mean? By itself, it doesn't mean much. But, so let's say an annual interest rate is 3.5%. What does this mean? How do I change this percent into a fraction and a decimal number? So first of all, into a fraction, I write 3.5 divided by 100. That's the meaning of 3.5%. If you remember, we don't want decimal numbers in a fraction. We discussed that some time ago. So I will multiply the top by 10 and the bottom by 10. I cannot just multiply the top but forget about the bottom. So the numerator, when I multiply by 10, I move it one spot to the right. So this is 35, and here I have 1,000. Yes, this is not fully simplified. It can be further simplified by 5, because both numbers end in 5 and 0. When I simplify by 5, I get 7. When I simplify by 5, I get 200. So this is 7 over 200. So I changed from a percent to a fraction. So 3.5% in fraction form is 7 over 200. Good. So now, how do I change this 3.5% into a decimal number? All I need to do is move the decimal point 2 spots to the left. 2. So then, this is 0.035. I move the decimal point 1, 2. 1, 2. So this is the other form of the same number. They all mean the same thing. 3.5%, 7 over 200, and 0.035 are identical.
Could you show me how you got 200?
This one here.
Mm-hmm.
So both numbers, the numerator and the denominator, end in 5 and 0, meaning they are both divisible by 5. 35 divided by 5 is 7. 1,000 divided by 5 is 200. So then I wrote 7 and I copied 200.
Okay.
Good. Now, how do we change, for example, 1/4 into a percent? Simple, because we know that 1/4 is 0.25. But how do I change 0.25? So now I have the fraction and I have the decimal number. I want to go back to the percent. Well, when I want to change this into a percent, I move the decimal point to the right 2 spots. So here are 2 spots. But to the left, here is 2 spots to the right. So this is the same with 25%. What if I'm asked to find 50% of 3.8? We cannot multiply by 50%. We will have to change this into a fraction, like 50 over 100. Of means multiplication, and 3.8. First, simplify here as much as possible, always. So I have 5 over 10, which means 1/2, times 3.8. Well, half of 3.8 is 1.9. So 50% of 3.8 is basically 1/2 times 3.8, or half of that number. That's 50%. Any questions so far?